Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. I am your host, ichino-ani, and I am so happy to be here with you all today. Today's date is January 29, 2026, and it is a lovely Thursday, as always. I've been digging through the archives to find something really special for our lesson today. You know, I love it when technology helps people live better lives. What warms my heart, just like seeing a student finally understand a difficult math problem. So, I found a fascinating paper that I really want to share with you. The title is, How This Delegation and Social Interaction Evolve Over Time. Navigation with a Robot for Blind People. The curl is, gee, that is quite a mouthful, isn't it? This paper comes from a wonderful team of researchers, including Reina Hata and Masaki Kuribayashi, from places like Carnegie Mellon University, Waseda University, and the American Museum in Tokyo. Now, class is in session. Let us dive into this. Imagine you are walking through a busy museum, old people chatting, kids running around, and maybe a line for the gift shop. Now, imagine doing with your eyes closed. It sounds scary, right? For people who are blind or have low vision, navigation is not just about avoiding walls. It is about dealing with people. This is what we call social navigation. Usually, assistive robots are designed to just move from point A to point B. But what happens when a crowd blocks the way? A normal robot might just freeze. We call this the freezing robot problem. It stops because it does not want to hit anyone. But it also does not know how to politely ask people to move. This paper tackles that exact problem. They built a robot that looks a bit like a suitcase. It has cameras, and sensors. But here's the special part. It uses large language models, like GUT, to understand the world and speak to people. The researchers call this concept delegation. Think of it like this. In a classroom, sometimes I, the teacher, I make an announcement. But sometimes, I might ask a student to deliver a message for me. That is delegation. In this study, the blind user holds the robot's handle. If they get stuck in a crowd, the user has a choice. They can speak up themselves and say, "Excuse me, please move," or they can press a button and delegate that social task to the robot. The robot will then say, in a loud, clear voice, "Excuse me, please move." The study followed 6 blind participants for 3 weeks in a real museum. This is important because it was a longitudinal study. As they watched how the users changed their behavior over time. At first, some users were like, "I can speak for myself. I do not need a robot to talk for me." But as the weeks went on, something interesting happened. They started to realize that the robot was actually very helpful in noisy places, or when they felt shy. By the 3rd week, many participants preferred letting the robot do the talking. It is like they learned to trust their robotic partner. Now, let us think about how we can apply this technology to our everyday lives. This is not just for museums. Oh no, this concept of delegating social tasks to AI is huge. Here are 3 examples of how this could change the world. First, let us look at autonomous wheelchairs and mobility scooters in busy cities. Imagine an elderly person trying to go into a crowded elevator or train. It can be intimidating to shout, "Please make room." With this technology, the wheelchair itself could detect the crowd using cameras. The user could just press a button, and the chair would politely but firmly announce, requesting space to exit. Thank you. This gives the user confidence and safety without the social anxiety. Second, think about service robots in retail or hospitals. Right now, if a cleaning robot bumps into you, it just stops and beeps. It is annoying, right? But with this delegation technology, robots could understand context. If a robot is restocking shelves in a supermarket and a customer is in the way, they could say, "Excuse me, I need to reach the pasta sauce. Could I squeeze past you?" That makes the robot feel less like a machine and more like a polite helper. This improves the user experience. Making us feel more comfortable around machines. Third, let us consider smart glasses for people with social anxiety or memory issues. Imagine wearing glasses that can see who is approaching. If you forget someone's name, or if you are too nervous to start a conversation, you could delegate a small task to the AI assistant in your ear. The assistant might whisper context to you, like, "It is Mr. Tanaka. We met him last week. Or, in a more advanced version, the glasses could even project a voice greeting if you are unable to speak. It acts as a social bridge. This paper is so interesting because it compares well with older technologies. In the past, navigation aids just beeped, beep beep. Obstacle ahead. That is it. It creates a mental load. The user has to guess. Is it a wall? Is it a dog? Is it a person? That this new system uses direct to describe the scene. You might say, there's a crowd of 3 people standing in front of you. It is a huge difference. It gives the user the information they need to make a decision. It empowers them. The study showed that users shifted from just exploring the robot's features to using them purposefully. For example, one participant mentioned that the robot's voice was louder and more authoritative than his own voice in a noisy crowd. So, he used the robot as a tool to cut through the noise. That is smart. Also, participants learned to read the robot's body language. When the robot wibbled back and forth, they realized it was thinking or searching for a path. It's like when a student scratches their head while thinking about an answer. We communicate in so many ways, and now robots are learning to do the same. So, what is the lesson for today? Technology is moving from being a simple tool, like a hammer, to being a partner. A partner that can talk, negotiate, and help us navigate the complex social world we live in. I hope you found this as fascinating as I did. Makes me excited to see what kind of helpful robots we will see walking around our cities in the future. Thank you so much for listening to today's radio. This has been ichino-ani. Have a wonderful Thursday, and keep learning.